not gonna do as long tonight. I need to make sure you eat something later. It's 1 o'clock now. Probably do like 2 hours, I think. Uh, Sorry, it's brain farty goody. Hello. Sorry, just fucking having a just dying a little bit. So, oh, it's last time we
I always have a
fucking got
backup plan.
mauled by cultists, I believe. Chaos cult, no, it's Chaos cultists the first time. There's a bunch of rebels. Well, they were also supposed to
Keep
be
your
chaos,
wits
so
about
you
you.
know. We're not gonna go all night, as I was saying. Like, um, missing, that's fine, yeah. But there was also like Explorer asked Lord Captain escorted him to the governor, establishing alliance with the High Chain at this. So I'm just confused about the governor that's there. I don't know why it's not like triggering anything specifically. It's like tech priest,
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Quartz frame is not what we're looking for. Acolyte. I'm trying to get a look around because I don't know why it's not triggering anything specifically. Agos human, lost escort, is Lord Captain. Governor. Wait a second. Where the fuck is Magnus human?
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
You might be missing somebody.
I always keep my options open.
Why is my fucking camera acting so jittery today? I don't like this. This is the one second. Let me just. I want to control the shit I take.
Is there money to be made?
No, just some reason it's being very weird. Just very weird, very awkward. I thought Magnus, well, I thought Pascal was the one we were escorting. Can we just like leave somebody behind? Oh, it's just I keep trying to do shift to speed up. And by hitting a different button, it's immediately stops it. Okay. I'm just worried that I'm like, leaving somebody behind or something. Escort Pascal to the governor. Okay, 1 second. This is a bit weird. I don't want a timer, thank you. I didn't know there's a timer in this. I mean, I've seen that clock before, I just never really clicked on it. I just don't know why,
I'm listening.
get rid of.
I know how to take risks. These calculations are for
It
commoners.
says that it should
I
update
don't make
the
mistakes.
quest.
I make profitable learning experiences.
Okay. Just I gotta destroy the AA guns. Wherever they
Let
are.
us not dawdle. I always have a backup plan.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, we're back. We're back playing some more mechanics. You know, I don't know how much we'll get done today because, you know, obviously. And, you know, I've been a little bit floppy recently. Not much. Just trying to figure out what to do, you know what I mean? A little bit difficult, a little bit touchy, a little bit rack and roll. Or is it making us walk all the way back to the start point, I think? I don't know.
Rise to the top.
Very
Or get
least
left
by
in the
doing
dust.
some get some more XP, you know, sure that I thought we had taken care of the guns because we killed the crew on it. Let's kill the crew on a set of guns. Minecraft Battery was constructed a long time ago, but before the consolidation of the war began, comes to no surprise, the researchers were really able to operate it. Modern arms protocols are to its finish punch. There's not a technology for the ins and outs of the technology to do what you intend to do. Simple manipulation to breach the lock is enough to jam the shell inside the tube and cause a fire in the chamber. Yeah, I'm sorry that killing the crew was not enough to fucking stop the gun. Kind of silly. Destroy this.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Destroy this from the governor. Okay. It's a bit silly. It's a little bit silly. Well, annoying, man. I gotta understand it. Like, you know, monkey brain look away from the computer screen when loading screens start, you know? Just loading screens. Almost like I'm playing Starfield again. Because I fucked it up. Because I'm dumb. I'm a big dummy. Governor! Bloody hell, mate. We went over there and we fucking went and destroyed that bastard. Oh, it's gone from us from attempted British to a Australian to immediate Scotsman. Governor. He's getting your lordship. That's the news. Thank you for your assistance. Weapon and decisions we're using to shoot down shuttles where the city's been destroyed. Nothing's preventing you from returning to your ship. Wish to find Master Vox Kalox, you should go to Cerebrium Mechanicus. On behalf of the priesthood of Mars, I, Mangus Hanneman, are officially initiating my participation in the operation. I must inspect the state of the relics and assure myself that it is under zero risk of falling heir to candidates. According to the Catechism of Maintenance and Operation, my tech comrades were supposed to lock the monastery gates against lay people and activate the traps. I deem it optimal that the ordained Mago should be good providing his assistance. I categorically object. This, as much as I respect the sanctity of your monastery, I have on my hands a whole capital that needs to be attended by the Omnissiah's servants. You have lost many eminent tech priests incidentally. One of them perished in that same monastery. Medical failures could occur at any moment. Putting it bluntly, you may consider yourself forcibly recruited into the city's defense forces. Critical situation calls for decisive action. I cannot simply let every tech priest go there to the death the moment they hear about an endangered relic. I need people who can do more than praise the Omnissiah and to look after the capital, having its millions of citizens. You mistake me for a fool. I know he arrives not simply from you, and would bet my life that no. His voice dies down in the low growl of a drill mechanic. Tip is directly straight at the bridge of his nose. Medea clears his throat and grumbles stubbornly. So this is the negotiation technique you have towards you? It's the first time I've threatened with a weapon. No, but it could be your last. Heading to the monastery because I must. Is that clear? Bluntly so, Magus. Thank you for your cooperation, your lordship. As compensation for your consideration of my quest, I, Magus Hanuman, officially partake to accompany you to the Reichhead system in the role of bodyguard and to protect you at all costs till your life's function cease, but only within the limits of the Reichhead system. You're Hanuman? Glad you're alive. Raises an eyebrow and stares at the tech priest in surprise, refrains from further commentary. Never been there before, but I would presume that the sacred relic of the reactor is capable of great destruction should it end up in heretic hands. The fury of the freed machine spirits, once released from the sacred circuit, will destroy everything around them. The degree of damage inflicted may render the world of Reichcast Minoris uninhabitable. Heresy must be purged from those blessed halls. I declare any desecrator who defiles the relic's power a Category 3 blasphemer, deserving of immediate execution. Category 3 blasphemer detected! According to the reports received, Logus Abel Hanuman set off the holodynamic cerebrum in a short while before it was stormed. Found out you're safe. Perhaps you possess information of the Master Van Carlo. My name is Pascal Hanuman, not Abel. I know nothing about such a person. Governor Medina, I intend to gather further information on the person called himself Abel Hanuman. I do not exclude the possibility of it being an alias of my mentor, the Archmagos Amanorat. I would suggest that you inspect the steam log of Sanctum. I was sure to learn about the rebels. Can't fucking read. We've covered several data crypts and connected them to the cognitors in the past post. They might provide you with some information.
Keep your wits about you.
Excellent. Get the fuck out of here. Is he like...
I always keep my
God, and then
options
make
open.
Fucking walk either. Sorry, just get up. Just my chair. Permission to report, Lord Captain. Over the past few days, I received several messages from different decks, complaining about anomalous behaviors within the ship's cognitors and servitors. Machine spirits are restless and rebellious, and no tech litany or ritual of pacification can rid them of this obstinacy. Tech priests can deal with the vessel systems, but the servitors, they make errors in their tasks, disobey orders, change the assigned rituals, or sometimes downright freeze as if in a trance. Lord Captain, occurrences such as these are caused by errors in cognitor calculations, or some other sensible explanation. Teach you not to take after those who whisper about the ship being cursed or possessed. Oh, don't start, old man. All these peculiar happenings have long since turned into local legends. The door slams shut, a lumen starts flickering. Folks have grown used to all that. So our resident's ghost has decided to up the ante. I'm telling you, there's only one thing. It's only going to get worse from here. The Technomass inspected the servitors and concluded they posed no danger. According to the servants of the Omnissiah, such behavior is caused either by the echoes of minds not completely eliminated or by manifestations of the machine spirit's will. Nonetheless, the faulty servitors make the crew's task considerably more difficult, and High Factorum Janus Dunrock would like to discuss how we should bridge this deal with the defective property. Jesus Christ. He is waiting for your audience on the bridge. Over here. How do I get... Go talk to him. He's here, he wants to talk, let's get this fucking over with. You got a very qualified tech priest here, maybe he can help. Pascal, you want to give a helping hand, buddy? Gorge, Pascal, would you like to give a big old robotic handshake to any robots who are done goofing up? Good. Want to talk to me? Pleasure to see you, Lord Captain. How may I be of assistance? You see, your lordship, the ship servitors have been malfunctioning related by the protocols and we think we had it been routine technical defaults, I would have decided the fate of these servitors myself. I didn't necessarily notify you. I do not wish to hide such irregularities from the Lord Captain. You wish to observe the servitors' unusual behaviors before you decide their fate. That gives me a range. Majority of the defective units have been delivered to one of the storage compartments pending your decision. Pascal Hanman expressed the desire to be present during the inspection should it be carried out. I suppose the expertise of the Magos may come in handy. Yeah, let's go ahead and get a look at them. As you wish, your lordship. You like the Engineer Prime to accompany you? Yes, Pascal. He has been very handy of sorts. Very good. When his lordship arrived in the scene, he found the servitors in the same position that they assumed after they had been corralled into the bay, all standing on the long, spiraling line and facing the center of the strange formation. The moment his lordship crossed the threshold to the bay gate, their bodies jerked into motion, all as one, as if to obey a command. Servitors turned to face the Lord Captain. Technomats tasked with overseeing the defective units even reached for their weapons. But then the servitors went still just as abruptly, staring at his lordship with vacant eyes. All present held their breath. Disturbed by this sight, we waited for the Lord Captain to speak. His Lord Titan von Valancius. Engineer Prime slowly waded into the motionless ranks of the servitors, peering into their faces and checking their readings. There was no haste in Pascal's actions. With mesmerizing diligence, he inspected every single unit in his path, and binaric prayers were his companions in this investigation. The examination confirmed the Technomat's initial hypothesis. The servitors' souls, or rather, souls of the people they once were, had awakened. Not yet fully conscious of their past and present, these half-machines could nonetheless feel primitive emotions and sensations such as fear and pain. This undesirable consequence of shoddy performed lobotomy is almost most rarely observed, and yet, for some reason, it occurred in every single one of the servitors gathered in the bay. All present held their breath, disturbed by this sight. We waved the Lord Captain to speak. In the much long-winded and detailed report could have been summarized single point. Despite the servitors' anomalous behavior, they were still quite capable of carrying out their task. Therefore, the servitors did not call for their termination. Here were Technomats hurried to act upon Lord Captain's commands. The servitors' mechanical parts, separated with clicks, snaps, and hisses, sutures between its wrinkled, pale flesh and its augments were laid disgustingly bare. He watched the Technomats do their work and could see every centimeter of the servitor's stiff muscle upbound with valves and cavities pierced by countless cords and tubes. The assembly of the analysis was completed. The Technomats had concurred. The unit was in working order. Nothing in the detected bio lay before us could provide any insight into the reason behind the defects. And I should take note of one more thing. The moment all of us discovered that not just the eyes, but the hands and heads of some of the servitors were now shaking too. It was as if the mechanized servants were overcome with some primordial terror. Lordship looked with me with unwavering resolve, and it was that confidence that wrenched me out of the nightmare stupor. We intensely observed the scene unfold before me. He gave me the order. On Lord Captain's orders, the servitors were returned to the same decks they were worked on before. The crew was initially unnerved by their presence, but adapted to their quirks soon enough, especially since, following the incident in question, there was a noticeable reduction in the servitors' strange behavior. The fate of the defective servitors decided. Nothing could now distract the Lord Captain from his mission. Excellent. Most excellent. Any other tasks, buddy? Oh, okay, we gotta go there. We got 3 quests there. We could also do some other stuff. We have some other quests and missions. I don't think anything specifically timed or like locked. I think it's level 8. Lord Captain, sorry to disturb you. The pandemonium outside the bridge gate. One of the officers seems to be demanding an audience with you in person. I hear the Master Winston's voice. In any case, I want to warn you in advance. Maybe there's a time fucking aspect to it. Go up Star Trek, everyone. Yes, yes. It's good. Good for you. Does the body good. Not made of people. No, no. That would be silly. Yes. Asking questions, are we? Corpse starch for you. How about I've already eaten, sir? That's not what I meant. The chair fucking rotates. This is not the conduct of an officer. These are the actions of a high-born brat out of the lot of lark. Explain yourself, Lieutenant. Hey, I apologize, sir, but I must speak to the Lord Captain. Very well, Lieutenant. You may address the Lord Captain. It's because I see you have already seen fit to disturb him. For his appearance on the bridge and display of allegiance towards a higher-ranking officer will be logged on your personal file without difficulty. Lord Captain, Lieutenant Arvella Vent requesting permission to speak on the matter of extreme importance and urgency. I am sorry, Lord Captain. I thought the drastic times called for drastic measures. This matter cannot wait. Any minute now, an assault unit will be dispatched to the lower decks in order to crush the workers' strike, by any means necessary. But I am convinced that the step is unwarranted, and the crisis itself is being provoked by the actions of one of the senior officers. He had no urge to be, that's out a special skeptical huff. Lord Captain, I urge you to investigate the actions of Seneschal Werstein. To intervene in what's happening in the lower decks, because very soon we'll have a mutiny or a massacre on our hands. I would not deem it a problem worthy the road trader's attention. Lower decks, as it still happens, are in revolt. 30-some years ago, we had the revolutionary leader rise up who dared to establish workers' rules across the entire ship. It took a month to restore order, and even 8 years later, we are still battling rumors that the hero had survived his execution and was on the verge of gathering people to fight against tyranny once more. Needless to say, the rumors were baseless. As the current situation, we have sufficient forces to deal with it. But on this ship, the word of Lord Captain carries more weight than a salvo from 100 bolters. I'm sure the rogue trader addresses the Malcolmists directly. He will call the unrest. Try to think what problem you will disturb. What problem you disturb the trader with next? After you ask the Lord Captain to break up brawls in the mess room, I've already given you the means to resolve this problem. You simply need to use it. If I may, your lordship, sending a hit squad to crush the rebellion is means of ignoring the problem. It's not solving it. I shall explain. I beg you to hurry. Time is running out. Will not hurry. Since my competence is under scrutiny, I shall speak for as long as I see fit. There's an established order on the way things are done in this ship, and one of the pillars is that the system is that the rogue trader's attention is not distracted by trivial matters. It is I, the Seneschal's role, to ensure that I have always handled internal problems myself, so, of course, I received information about cults hiding in the lower decks. The matter in hand, so long as I live, not one of those vermin who murdered Theodora von Valencias will find refuge on her ship. You were far too heavy-handed, Seneschal Werstein. Arrests, interrogations, mass punishment for entire sectors has driven the people into the brink. Now there is a strike on the lower decks. In Depot 4, to be precise, 3 worker clans are involved, but many more are passively supporting them. The situation could degenerate into all-out insurrection. When I reported my concerns, with the only response I received was an order to dispatch an assault unit to crush the strike with massive force. Depot 4 is one of the poorest sections of the lower deck. home to a clan of general laborers. Not as valuable as ships to families who have served with specialized systems for generations. They're easily replaceable resource, one which is now more besides, giving stuckers, occultists, and minions of the archenemy. Oh, sorry, brain fart. Hugo was poor and troubled, but worse than that means drunken fights and illegal route brewing. They handled the workers' depot 4 in the past. We would have done so again if the crackdown on Depot 4 hadn't been so harsh. And another important point to bear in mind, the problem is not limited to this sector. It is located in one of the most populated lower decks. Thing that happens, there's a knock-on effect of all the neighboring sectors. You don't need to add anything. I act within my remit of my authority, guided exclusively by the best interest of your protectorate and your personal safety. If you wish to confirm the rectitude of my actions for yourself, I have no objection. For my part, I urge Lord's Captain to go down to the lower decks, stop the assault unit, and speak directly to the people. See they're not lying or harboring heretics. That way, we will stop the uprising once it begins. Going for serve you, Lord Captain. I thank you for your support. I don't mind going there. Enterprise bordering on the sophomore, but please yourself, Lord Captain. However, I casually insist that I escort you. That's more than fine, sir.
Let us not dawdle.
Well, the nobles the upper decks, down here to see us.
Here it is, Western. Take that. Whose fault? This is all your fault. Lower decks are a source of endless problems. Sometimes I do regret that we cannot replace the locals with servants. They would not have the chance to express such respect if we were not here. And the situation had dealt with the relevant officers. Senior officers were failing to pass problems up the chain of command. We've never been able to abide it. I shall say it again. It was a mistake to come here, Lieutenant, thence to win, Lord Captain. Admit that Lieutenant is by no means the worst material for an officer, but in the name of Terra, the girl the same age of my eldest great-granddaughter. He's the gall to tell me how to manage the lower decks and hunt down cultists. Get another 20 years at least before she can be trusted back without oversight.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Oh no, which one's what, number 4? Okay, it's that one. Sudden heat and exhaustion reverberates to the ship's bay. Center are Vela vents, ships and forces bearing the path of the heavy built assault officer. Judging by the expirations and tone, the standoff has dragged on for quite some time. It has now reached a boiling point. I have my orders to put an end to this unrest and purge this sector. You can take your orders and shove them. This is my deck and my sector. There are only 3 people who can waltz in here without my express permission. The first officer, the rogue trader, and the Emperor himself. Do not all my lessons fall on deaf ears. Your lordship. The people are getting desperate, clearly. They saw the assault unit and decided that nothing left to lose. I mean, I apologize, Lord Captain. This is outrageous. I'm sure the people certainly didn't recognize you. It wouldn't have occurred otherwise. We will deal with them once the current situation is resolved. Right you are, Lord Captain. Allow me to wish you good luck. Don't worry, Seneschal. If they cause a problem, we'll shoot them ourselves. Dozen pairs of eyes stare apprehensively at you. Even before you have typical habits lower decks. Take your simple clothing, crude weapons, and faces of varying levels of mutation, from the barely discernible to the strange to the outright grotesque. There are fucking mutants on my ship! And all the inbreeding and whatnot. Lord Captain, you have come down to see us! Striking, that's news to us, your lordship, says a thin, tall man. All we're doing is asking questions, saying what we think. Shut up, Rivet. Here's the deal, your lordship. The damned forces are all over us down here. They say they're looking for cultists. One wrong word and they'll reach for their batons. They want to punish someone. They turn off the heating, the whole base for a week at a time. And we get sick and freeze. It's in my clan that 2 little ones die from inflammation in their lungs, all because of those enforcers. It's not rough to workers, but you can see the sadness in her eyes when the children's death are mentioned. She quietly whispers a requiem prayer and makes a sign over herself. It's all true. Vent is the only enforcer officer who stood up for us. Clear a day who had a mother up from lower decks and grew up amidst amidships. And who grew up amidships and has no fellow feeling towards us. Your lordship, we're no villains here. We're honest workers. We're servants. We've plotted no disorder and we strike openly. We want to strike openly. No, we've got guns pointed at us. What we're doing is asking you allowed to work in peace without being harassed. A cultist enemy? What's that? The Giga they found on a dead drunkard? Something evil or forbidden. We surely didn't know it. The enforcers are sent looking for heretics among us. Anyone obstructing there, it changes constantly. It's a mutation. It's a mutation. Investigation would be punished. How could there be heretics here? We know our own people. There have been no new faces around. A cultist amulet? No, wait, no. Probably not. And if there were, we'd be the first to report them. And as for the amulet or whatever it is, they took it off a dead body. There's no cultist still breathing in our sector. That's for sure. When that fight broke out and folks looted the bodies, the boots they came back with. Nobody's ever treated these decks and boots so fine, I can tell you that. Seems to me these cultists never have better commanders than us. Oh yeah, the boots were fine. They had no harm in taking them, right? It's the amulet must have gotten it by someone who didn't know any better. We don't need any amulets around here. Oh, we all worship the Emperor, and we are working to bow down before the machine spirits of the large and small transformers and the servo motor. Same way my grandfather taught 100 years ago by a tech priest who began calling. Believe us, your lordship. We have people of faith. I confirm the information regarding the proper tending of the machine spirits in this sector. Servitors indicate these commoners are performing the sacraments they are permitted to know. Naive children. Weren't you taught from an early age about the dangers of the archenemy's creations? Weren't you warned that any unfamiliar objects could be one of them? You were told so, Holy Sister, but it was long ago. Last time I saw a confessor on our sector was after I had my 3rd little one. It's regrettable, but you cannot lay burden of leading a righteous life on the shoulders of the Holy Fathers. Who will you blame then when beasts crawl out of those amulets you stole from the heretics? The Holy Father who is not there, or the scavenger who brought evil down on himself and his neighbors. I authorize the use of all necessary measures to locate Chaos worshippers hiding within the sector. The specified steps taken to the officers were not reported to me. Nevertheless, I am certain their actions were justified. Cultists are no drunken stevedores. They are the enemy of the threats of the ship. Neutralizing them demands decisive actions. Here's an explanation for you. People have been pushed on their limit. Now they're lashing out. And if we don't know why these top deck units are being sent here, like the one that the lieutenant won't let past, our clans and inside the bay have been sealed off. Now the lower decks are big. I'm sure there are some people who've just about enough. We're getting from all sides. Soldiers have encircled the ones who've risen up. That squad has just arrived. It's no wonder folks are lashing out. The word seems sincere to you. The body language and glances between them reveal the news of the attack is shocked. When you look at this, the exalted Lord Captain himself is asking to build you as what we want. Here's what we want you to rein in your damned enforcers. Quit tearing off the heat and to stop battering everyone that moves. No, that's not it. The enforcers gone from here. We want them. We want to be armed. Give us arms. We'll govern ourselves. We'll defend ourselves. These cultists do show their faces. I've been a leader in my clan for 20 years now. Get rid of these club-wielding thugs and only improve things around here. Gone too far, old Dan. They'll never let these maggots of the lower decks live without the enforcers breathing down their necks. They probably even insist on enforcers in the upper decks too. As for weapons, what do we need them for? For the first day it's out, I'll have someone shooting their neighbor out of stupidity or drunkenness. Need that? The enforcers stop harassing us, that's enough. In return, we'll find the scavengers who robbed the cultist bodies, we'll talk to them, one lower deck or to another. If there's any more of these damn limits about, we'll hand them over to the enforcers ourselves. You speak for yourself and your clan. I don't speak for me and mine. I don't want empty gestures, I want real change. They promise us the world now. As soon as the anointed one turns his back, these brutes will be on us even harder than before. All because we dared to speak out. Tall worker's eyes dart between the two arguing leaders. Every few seconds, he opens his mouth, explaining to agree. Each time he falls silent, simply making a few vague noises. Old man, listen. Lord Captain himself has come down to us and is offering concessions. I don't know a single person the whole Depot 4 who's ever stood next to the road trader. Don't talk to them. No time to be stubborn or prone. Listen to us, old man. There's 3 clans at Depot 4 act as one. We have our minds, and it's your turn to decide. When you ask them the best and the enforcers or give us weapons, we don't need any of that. You 2 are ganging up on me, is that it? You're brave against an old woman? Shut up. I will indeed. This gun country now. You want to make peace with the enforcers? Make your peace. That's just fantastic, Lord Captain. We agree. Well, that was all just the fucking humor me. Shoot them all! Or is going scavenging for boots and incidents or picking up a heretic again doesn't convince me. These people are moments away from rebelling and possibly becoming minions of the archenemy. We must not give them what they want, even if they did acquire something innocently, purely out of their own stupidity. Does not mean they are not tainted. But begins its petty thievery can turn far graver problem than before. In the Second War, there was a sergeant with the Imperial Guard regiment who was stationed nearby. Russia took an ordinary pocket knife from the body of a heretic. The whole unit lost their lives for it, and they finally managed to break into the barracks. They found not a single survivor, and only the pocket knife. They roamed through all the rows of beds. Like a metal choking vine. But when it comes to scavengers, knock-10 strikers, or whatever they'll turn into next, very simple. Give them no court. Good lordship, thank you. I think it's fine, you know. You have not abandoned this lower deck. You came and settled everything. Tell you my grandchildren about this. Of course, your lordship will rule out the nasty business faster than the enforcers. We'll leave no stone unturned. Seneschal, I trust you with everything, but at the same rate. Right now.
I
This
always
fucking
have
lower
a
deck.
backup plan.
Urgent matter to discuss. Look at. Please give us. Oh, you pleased with your investigations, Lord Captain? You kowtowed to a disloyal rabble. You believe their lies and show them leniency. Next time a ship is attacked by cultists, the rabble will welcome them in with open arms and allow them to wreak havoc wherever they like. They see you as weak leader. Your future with the helmet of on fence protectorate. handle the situation myself had you not decided to intervene. Remember Lord Captain Theodora. You think she ever set one slippered foot in the lower decks? No, she did not. Such matters were left to me and by myself and junior officers, and she decided herself to grand design to protect her. Any true strategist and rogue trader ought. You're right. Lisa's concerns junior officers making complaints directly to you. And I lost my temper, Lord Captain, and I believe I ought to explain myself. Prosperity of the Von Valentia's protector is not just an empty phrase to me. The Imperial Navy for the chance to see it flourish. The most momentous decision of my life, because I saw in Lord Captain Theodora's deeds a sign of true greatness. Road traders do not simply forge new routes or capture worlds, create order out of anarchy. Create impulse. That creative impulse was entirely lacking during my time in the military. Left behind everything I had known, everything my family had known, I came from a long line of officers who embarked upon the incredibly reckless venture. Lord Captain Theodora entrusted me with all the concerns she had no time for. We would go off her flagship for long periods, distant frontiers, on scouting voyages. The advancements of the entire protectorate rested on my shoulders. And suddenly, everything had been built over years was beginning to quake, rather than a flimsy hang on a seismically active world. When the senior officers betrayed us all, the rogue trader was killed, and who knows what is happening on the planets. I'll tell you this honestly, without fear of appearing weak. All this has come as a grievous blow to me. Not panicking or grieving because I cannot allow myself to panic or grieve. Be bound to aid the new rogue trader, to aid you, to find the footing as quickly as possible, and to do that, to insulate you from the problems that have past been dealt with by trident procedures set out in the ship's regulations. Procedures that were established long ago and have functioned smoothly for decades cannot suddenly be deemed excess to requirements. Yes. Looks at you with interest. Your resolve is admirable. This demonstrates strong leadership. Remember this moment, should my old habits begin to creep back in. Now, please, let us leave the alone. The rogue trader desires to stretch his legs. I promise you. I trust you, I do. But, like, you know, I just want to make sure that I don't end up just getting backstabbed by, like, you know, my Lord Master of Whispers. Steve's not at the top of those now. Turns out, the position's open. It's already been fucking 40 minutes. 40 minutes of fucking reading. I think to use that on like very kind of tough enemies would essentially be amazing. She's a bolter, which isn't an AoE gun, but I don't need tech use, I don't really need logic from her. Her brain's at 65. Let's just bump her. This is okay. Says you do something. Oh, Captain Important, the heralds of the Navis Noble continue to maintain Bach silence. Perhaps due to Iraq 5 being off limits to visitors. We intercepted signals from the beacons drifting on the station's orbit. Commands are unclear. We are told to turn the ship around immediately. We have also detected the accumulation of space debris near the station's docks. Presumably, it is the remains of interplanetary shuttles. Perhaps the esteemed Navite Noble's house requires aid and therefore cannot respond to our Vox transmission. Yes, Lord Captain. The officers from the Augur crew performed a full scan of the station. Information was imprecise. Their readings wave distortions of unclear genesis that are throwing off most of the readings. We are able to ascertain that the reactor core of the station is still active, but many compartments are unpowered and some fully depressurized. Signs of biological activity are largely present in the central module, which means the station has not been abandoned. So the question remains, why are the esteemed navigators, heralds, ignoring us? I'm sorry, Lord Captain. The station does not reply, even after official greetings by a rogue trader and the declaration of your intent to negotiate in person. Pardon, Lord Captain, we do not know what is happening on the station, so I'll have a look to the esteemed navigator blind. Dock safely, and may the God Emperor light your path. Chaos here.
Pathetic worm. You dare to argue with your master?
It was not you whom I swore to serve within these walls. My lips are sealed.
Confess. What was the old man's last command? What are you planning?
Give up, Keeper.
That guy's giant belt.
You have lost this battle.
His fucking belt.
We're getting nowhere with these ones, sir. Permission to execute them.
Wretches, you will be consigned to oblivion for your transgressions against House or Cello. Mortal Emperor, deliver your servants from peril. Prayers will not help you, servants of the damned. In the name of House or Cello, I command you to execute the infidels. Which ones are really the heretics here? Also, that woman's last death was very manly. Brother! Master, we have some strange guests in the station. A tall man stops you with a gesture when you approach. Blood is trickling down his pearly scales of a weary face, and not just his own blood. Two jet-black, unblinking eyes are watching your every move, and the third one, the mark of the navigator's fate, nicely pulsing behind the lower lid of the middle of his forehead. Step back, or I'll unleash all the horrors of the Sea of Souls upon you. Emperor, be my witness.
frowns. No one has the right to interpret his will so freely, brother. But wait, I recognize your coat of arms. You say Lord of Von Valence's dynasty. Yes, I am absolutely positive, in fact. And since fate has brought such an important person to my abode, allow me to introduce myself. Before you stands Felix Christoph August, keeper of this station. So you do not come to offer support to the traitors. This is great news. Having said that, you must understand that Urak 5 is a holy sanctum, or House Rosello, and the path to it's only revealed to a select few. Pity me to say you are not on the guest list. Flash looked to his guards and winces, soldiers quivering as their tormented flesh were being flayed, yet they keep clutching their weapons. I do not think it possible. Iraq 5 is an observation station. We do not sign contracts, we do not provide navigators. We delve into the depths of infinity and chart the movements of the warp swarms. And besides, we have chosen an opportune time for negotiations. The blame lies in Theobald Arcello, the keeper of the second keeper of Iraq 5. The old man was a great navigator, but he could no longer control his powers. I begged him to retire, but he was too obsessed with our mistress, Lady Cassia. His madness and stubbornness spelled doom for the entire station, for he opened his third eye in a fit of rage and unleashed the horrors of the warp on those who displeased him. The Theobald I knew would never have used his powers in such a reckless manner. This will be difficult to explain to the uninitiated, but I'm going to try. The warp currents in the system have been tumultuous for dozens of cycles, and have worn the veil between the world and the immaterium thin and frail. At least here on the station, the ruinous powers are trying to tear it down completely and corrupt all living things. The servants were the first to fall victim to it. Oh, their bodies morphed, and pain and despair drove the poor souls mad. Lunatics took my mistress prisoner and almost destroyed the station, but I rallied the few who still followed the light of the Golden Throne to set things right. The Lord Navigator here is speaking the unvarnished truth. I bet this station is full of voices and whispers, all trying to break through from the other side, waiting for you to reach out and swing the door wide open. I sincerely hope the influence of the Immaterial has not yet affected your body and your soul. With all due respect, I advise that you do not remain on the station. Return to your void ship. I need to save Lady Casilla. If you're not willing to help or indeed risk your life, you must leave now. I would never ask for you such a favor under different circumstances, and yet Lady Cassia's well-being is above all. I haven't gotten many people left, and my wounds are too deep for me to act with precision and swiftness. But you... Indeed. In order to ascend the mistress's chambers, you will need to remake a holy relic sanctioned by the blood of Lady Ocilla herself. This is the control rod of the elevator machine spirit. I have one part of and the other was lost during the mutiny. But even this relic will be no use unless the elevator mechanism is powered. You came to the station for a reason. House Ocilla will not be able to help you till your current crisis is resolved. But if you aid us now, I promise we will reach an agreement with you that you will find satisfying, be it riches, influence, or the power of our navigators. I have phylactery containing the mistress's blood. It needs to be taken to the laboratory, which is located behind the reliquary doors. The most ancient of sacred mechanisms will help rebuild the rod. The tech priest ceased to perform the rites of appeasement so that the machine spirit would serve the house in its time of need. A fateful hour is now upon us. Requesting access to objects data crypt. The Navit's Noblite use independent modifications of standard singularity technologies due to the uniqueness of the genetic code inherent in the lineage of each house. And these technologies are made secret for a reason. I must respectfully decline your request, esteemed servant of the Omnissiah. You have your sacraments and we have ours. The station's main cognitor is situated in the guard room. Just enter the correct command sequence and the sacred mechanism will do the rest. So what you have decided, Lieutenant Von Valence's line. You should hurry then. We will stay here to hold the line, lick our wounds. Good luck, road trader, and may the Emperor's light be with you. I forgot what I was going for. Was I going for? I think I was going for Iconoclast.
Sorry, I said just. Yeah, I was going for Iconoclast and then using like Bobby Knight to secondary, probably.
Keep your wits about you.
How do I, so it's the left.
Is there money to be made?
Acquisition is possible.
Ripper. What's that? Sounds good.
Protect the child.
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
For the Emperor!
He can go there. He can go there. She can go here. Him over here. Her right. Okay, no, let's go. How did he get over there?
I'll do it. Guided by faith.
My vow is to serve.
Why is that not good?
That is not my destiny.
Oh,
Was it you? What an unfortunate turn of fate.
I was in the wrong one.
I'll make it happen.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
I took care of this one.
I will do my duty.
Oh, so let me tell you. So I have to go work at Ricky's here all the time, right? So I'm driving to work at like the morning, and at this 4 in the morning, I am driving down the road, going, you know, the usual fucking speed limit. Well, look.
High momentum.
Excellent.
Request approved.
Yeah, so I'm driving on the road, going, you know, over the speed limit, as you tend to do when you're driving. Because, you know, you're always in a rush because you're, you know, very frequently not where you need to be. You know, as you do. And, so what do you do?
Anything
What happens,
else?
you know? Well, you know,
I'm
you
not
look
so
at the,
sure.
you look at your
On it.
fun little, you know, out the window, because that's how you drive. You're driving, looking at the windscreen, and the fucking giant spider crawls out of your fucking dashboard. And I'm, I'm normally okay with bugs for the most part. I like spiders. Spiders are neat, you know, but I like spiders when they're not near me, you know? I'm on a very, you know, don't ask, don't tell kind of existence with spiders. Because, you know, as long as they've done nothing wrong, why bother? I'm in the back.
Dominance achieved.
And that's why I like him.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Doubt is for the weak.
Crappy armor. Regular las guns and shotguns. I don't think anything specifically I want. Shotgun, right? I got the regular, so I'm just kind of standing there. Cognitive spirit, get the fuck up! The cognitive vid screen is covered in cracks and stained with dried blood. The buttons, switches, and levers are ripped out of the control panel with exceptional cruelty and scattering around the scapegoat back on the bark that hisses in agony until refusing to care. I am recording blasphemy. The person found guilty of such cruelty to a noble mechanism must be sentenced to immediate destruction. You the remaining dials and pull you turn a few of the remaining dials and pull the action lever. The cracked vid screen inside the sacred engine flickers. The components inside emit creak and groans, and the lumens oscillate at random. It takes a while, but eventually the machine spirits do grant you access to the proper system. Bellow The child, location upper decks, biometric parameters, rampant heartbeat, elevated body temperature, stress level exceed the permissible limit, status unknown, error, attention, calming procedures advised, attention, upper chambers accessible, error, shore rod is not present. If the rod has been misplaced, immediately contact the station keeper or Navis laboratory facility. Another mechanical casket, but your assumption is incorrect. Close static speech minutes later, barely make out the description amongst no changes in exchange symbols. Warning, data corrupted. Error. Tier has the sacred machine requires specific purification rituals in order to restore utilization of the lingo, more familiar to the citizens of the Imperium. Press to access the device. So that's matter in green. I was expecting to find chaos beast to walk out of there. Okay. Machine did a very good job. All hail the machine spirit. Cool. I feel like you probably shouldn't pick all this stuff. Some of this stuff might be, not good for the body or the soul. A sniper rifle. Not planning on using that, but okay. Bunch of gagos.
This explorator is blessed with
They should not be stealing everything they fucking have. Why not?
Rush not Doral.
What are you even doing protection for us? 25 for me, 35 for him, 30, 30... I didn't do anything to escape sacrifice. Okay, warp lore. Yeah. Man. we can out of this. What's happened? What's going on here?
Always keep your eye on the
Why is it
prize.
something more warpy? What was that about? Here, they have a fucking shotgun. What a shotgun? Well, no. I mean, they still were a threat, but less than what I expected.
I always have a backup plan.
Hello, lab. Oh, jeez.
Operation.
Synthetic and fluid pools across the board. Barely certain locations got stretched inside. Oh boy, black one. Okay.
Keep your wits about you.
Not entirely sure with all this stuff, but we'll find out. Oh boy. Altomorphic enchantments covered by corrupt flesh and races. Sorry, fucking. Increase plus sticker H41 for the calculated number of the chrono turns, which means no longer millions. "40 KO malfunctions over the course of the research. You should mine the technical master in this secret."
I always keep my options open. Rush not dawdle.
Oh. I think that fucked that up, so.
Rise to the top or get left in
Don't know
the
what
dust.
that was for, because it's gone now.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
Go with the threat and power the elevator. Well done. I trust you brought the activation rod as well. Remember, man, every second hesitation may cost a mistress your life. The crossroads. There are two paths, both stained with blood, both leading to the cursed eye. They all wear masks, so poor and flimsy. They fall on the slightest touch. One hand a blind man, another traitor. My whispers are giggling nastily. They do not speak. They're hardly little things. They say that tearing off the mask is your concern. Not say one is paid with blind faith, the other with hatred and treachery. Both lead to tragedy. You simply have to decide which tragedy you want to like the most. The station has enough problems without your sorcery psyker. Here to explain yourself, scion of the Von Blintz dynasty. What is the meaning of this? You meddle with something that should have been left alone. The child is what the station's servants call Lady Sulcassia. For the commoner's dirty mouth must not sully her name by uttering it. You see, it is not beneficial for all servants to have their vocal organs altered. Some prove to be more useful when they are still able to speak. That's why they're insane. You will heed the hand rambling of retainers who dare to raise their hand against the scion of noble bloodline. The warp corrupts not only the soul, but does much to the body and their mind. The mad and the furious. Every single servant wielded more strength than the entire squad of the mistress's personal guards. The bodyguards of their minds bodyguards had their minds fogged as well, but their honed will let them hold out long enough to destroy those who rush to insult with their hands. As I'm sure you're aware, there are two keepers of the station. Your guess is aptly correct. Theobald Oslo, the mental old man, obsessed with Lady Cassia and her power, and also the one to blame for the woes that have befallen your Act 5 and her noble line. I was lenient, that is true. And in the end, I paid a steep price for it. Just look at the destruction around us. The insurgents have left almost nothing of my home. I don't know. Thank you, Road Trader. I don't even know what to say. The status and honor prevented me from admitting it before now. You awoken hope in me. Hope that I might actually leave the station together with my mistress, which is why I'm about to ask one last favor of you. The Lily Insurgents got their hands on a weapon that suppresses my navigator powers. Their absence makes me a living target. But this weapon is useless against you, as the bunch of lunatics wielding it. I humbly ask you to deal with the scum huddling against upstairs. Pray to adorn my mistress with the relic of our house, a sacred amulet against all evil. Relic's events have badly disturbed Lady Cassia's psyche, and warp entities always lust for weaker souls, especially with the veil grows thin. You too will be safe next to this charm. If everything goes as planned, you will not have to worry about such things. You're going to need this charm. The angel precious stone allowed us set without a setting. The luminous surface remains cold in the touch, no matter how long you hold your hand. May the God Emperor's light be with you. The fun noise. A pale figure with an extra-long limb stands with her arms raised, her hands deformed with talon-like nails. Her deathly pale face is coated with blood that continually streams. Fucking neck crying. Coated with blood that continually streams from her scarlet-misted eyes. Her spiny gills slightly hidden under her disabled hair, twitching nervous as she approach. Only now do you notice a third eye on the young woman's forehead, hidden by a jeweled ornament. And when your eyes meet, you sense overwhelming soul-smothering power. As the otherworldly creature slides over you, your entire core shudders in terror. Flashes of past warped nightmares re-emerge in the shadow of your memory and paralyze your will. You gasp for air in terror, drowning under a crushing wave of pain. You cannot catch your breath. Hot tears burn down your cheeks. But why is this happening? That fucking guy crying is really pissing me off. Why do you feel so lonely and so much pain? Do these feelings even belong to you? Oh! As if my own little pals weren't bad enough. Now this one's barging into my head. Somebody stop her! I am registering abnormal activity in my tear ducts. Salt being produced by my body may negatively affect the performance of my respiratory apparatus. The vulnerability must be rectified. It has been logged. Heresy. He looks at the tall figure with a strange mixture of anger and sadness. Then she lowers her head, and her white hair veils her face. She wearily shakes her head and lets out a drawn-out sound similar to both a sob and a howl smaller than an animal. What is happening? Someone calling my name? Are all the betrayers dead already? And who are you? Pardon my manners, Titan. I did not expect to make such a gracious acceptance such a time of sorrow in our house. What is this? I feel faint. The child Lady Cassia. Where are you, sacred child? Throne preserve. You, the old man just reeling his face to you. It is threaded with jet black veins. His bulging eyes, milky eyes bear a striking resemblance to those of a dead fish. A sickly sweet scent assaults your nostril. The old man's flesh is rotting inside his decaying husk. My eyes failed me, for they are unable to make you out as either enemy or ally. I'm warning you. One wrong move, and will bring the wrath of House Oscar down upon your head. So he's touched by Zinj, I guess? Watch out, Lord Captain. This one's so deranged and makes making a whisper shriek like crazy. He just might open that eye of his. Hurting the head of the dynasty was a grave offense, esteemed whoever you are. Granted that you do not look like pirates who have come to coveting of riches of a wrecked station, or scoundrels in Felix service. So who are you? Another rogue trader on a corner of the galaxy? How interesting. Your kind always makes an appearance in desperate times, ready to cut a deal to benefit one side alone. Given that you do not have not so far drawn your weapons, your intentions are probably peaceful, and so House Orsello now asks this service of you. Save the life of the child in exchange for future cooperation. Do not hurry to answer. Think on it. You can make yourself an ally or an enemy out of the house today. You decide. Curse, you don't understand the sacred gift given to our child. When the child is sad, we all weep. When the child smiles, we all laugh giddily. And if the child wants blood, the world turns crimson. The child's will is the will of the great Tiffany, but she is the heir of the House Orsello. And they call me dangerous to my witchcraft. You are not supposed to see me, or Felix, or the sacred child. Navigators are highly paid for their loyal service to the Imperium according to his will. No one would dare judge the guides of humanity, the chosen guides himself. Felix is my wayward student. He came to Europe 5 as a callow youth. I personally mentored him, trusting him with the care of the child. He was like a son to me, but he proved to be just another traitor. He thought to steal our most precious treasure, the heir of our house, our sacred child, to revel in power with others like him, casting our house into the abyss, to prevent the centuries-long traditions of our family. You can see the fruits of his villainy for yourself. He decided he was not bound to his duties in the legacy of the greatest of Novators, Tiffany Orsello, who led our house to prosperity for countless years. Foolish boy. The renegades clouded his mind. They sought to seize control of the dynasty before the sacred child had come of age and taken up the navigator's throne. So choose whose side you are, a murderous traitor or the lawful sire of the noble house. Letting myself before strangers, I never thought to fall so low. Child life were not at stake, very well, no choice, or proof of my innocence. Give you my word as a member of the Navis Nobilite. The honest words of an honorable man count for anything to you. I guard the station with calamity and incursions from without, to the best of my ability. Of course, the wardens who strictly preserve the security protocols first selected every servant and faithfully protect the child during this. Save the sacred child. Take away from the station. I fear I do not have long left. Bluish trickle rivulet ripples down his old man's chin. Wipes the mutated blood sprucely away from the sleeve. Then strange burns covering his flesh under his clothing. The slightest movement must be caused with unbearable pain. Save the child and deliver her safely to Regent Aronto, acting head of the House Orsello. Cronus expands. Rest assured the reward will be worth your effort. I know we came here for a navigator, but after everything we've seen, I've got some reservations about this girl. Such a fragile thing, with such a heavy burden upon her shoulders.
My service to the house is coming to an end. The wounds felt like inflicted upon my flesh will never heal. I am dying. Praise the throne, slowly enough to see the child is taken care of. I don't know. And he did strike me as immediately. Allies are always welcome, even temporary ones. I will revive the child. Do not be alarmed. Our House of Celo's heir will help to destroy our enemies and shield us from Flex navigator forces. But you rest for the time that is before the battle. I have no clue what I'm fucking doing. Am I doing the right thing, doing the wrong thing? I don't really know if there is a right thing. Gotta be honest. He doesn't get to reload. Fun picking things, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Haha. Buttons. Oh. Yoshina's worm, I knew I should have killed you. I don't know who's fucking right here. Who is actually... Enough, boy, you betrayed the child, our house, and Sisphone herself. Surrender. I will save her our house, and then prepared to pay the ultimate price. Kill them!
I'll make an example out of you.
To the dead!
I put them in the wrong spots. I got them confused. I got them backwards. Fuck.
No can do. They who discern the future own the battlefield.
I'll see to it personally. You never stood a chance. Who, if not me?
I'm helping. Neat.
My place is at the fore. It will be done. Reduced to dust!
Me. Done! No! These ruby flashes are choking me.
Right, the more fucking freaky the way they look, the more, obviously the more fucking effective they are. You know.
This is why I was chosen. As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith without deeds is worthless. That is not the Emperor's will.
Farewell.
Now, this is your burden, child. Survive. Return to the fold of your house as your destiny demands.
No! Don't leave me alone in this violet-brown haze! Wake up! Your mistress is giving you an order! Do you hear me?
He was a fine seer of the war. He fought for his mistress until the end.
Yeah, no. Enough's enough. I've had my fill of waterworks, thank you.
Losing a mentor is a sorrowful event. Beginning the mantra of spiritual assuagement.
But this is my home. What are you going to do to me? Accompanying a rogue trader on their travels is an honor for any navigator. Let us go. I can no longer bear the sight of the deathly pale shadows that drape the bodies of the fallen.
I mean, in the end, they're both dead anyway. Deadshot stub revolver. Yes, Jesus H. Christ. Fellowship! Sure! And because she's the psyker, I guess, doesn't fucking get any other things, then don't tell me what to fucking do. Oh boy. I don't know what to fucking pick for this. Look how many skills there are. That seems like such a weird one, why not? Bar bonus. Can use a weapon, like, it's turn, okay. There is no attack limit, okay. 30 plus damage. Effects are moved immediately. Target gains health. Target gains any kill returns one action point. Fellowship bonus. So I can react to any ability. That's kind of neat. I think it allows you to, like, kind of chain them. Probably silly. Use weapon. Got a staff and a pistol. Did have a ripper. 5, but has a higher rate of fire. I don't know what she'll be using specifically. I'm imagining the abilities. This thing comes up on the ship, I might install it here. Close enough to the level up anyway. But I have to. Got a very weird day. Well, not got a weird day. Done nothing ever. I just had a weird, very weird existence. I'm kind of in another weird limbo again with work, so I've not been doing anything at home. And a spider in my car. And spider deep in my soul. Lord Captain, Lady Navigator, welcome aboard. Sanctum Navis has been prepared for the communion ritual. Lady Navigator wishes to rest in her quarters first. Heart stops beating furiously, your breath comes short and choppy, and your fingertips tingle unpleasantly. Just then, Vingus is shivering slightly, and the crew are glazing around in puzzlement, searching for the source of the sudden evil needs. Without even the Vox Master continuing her way. First, I wish to speak with the road trader. Leave us. Of course. When you're ready for the ritual, please let me know. She's your present gave over Vidgus, then lowering her lashes slightly turns to you. Before I begin the ritual, I wish to look once again in the eyes of the man whose fame is so great they managed to penetrate the edge of the wall of your Act 5 long before we ever met. It truly is you. I don't like that. Maybe she is fucking related to the fucking chaos. The person the whole expanse and Calyx sector is talking about now, the world trader as well. Second sensation, she lets out a small exhale, breaks her pointed chin. I have not yet thanked you for saving me on the station. My thoughts were clouded with so much mournful ash when Theobald's heart stopped, but you acted honorably and did not exploit me in my wretched position, and for that I am immeasurably grateful. But now, ready to go to the Sanctum Novus and perform the sacred rite. Require brushes, canvas, and the best paints you have on board, but no regret. I doubt the initiate could understand the mysteries of navigation. I shall try to explain the essence of it. I must merge my mind and will with the machine spirit of the ship, so that I become one with the vessel. Lifts her locks of hair and back of her neck and gilded implant ports. After that, I use the House Orcello ritual, that I am loath to reveal to you, to free my mind of all errant thoughts, and then it is time to open my third eye and peer into the depths of the warp itself. Among the nightmarish visions, mirages, and creatures from the abyss, only the light of the Empress, the truth, will lead me from star to star, from system to system. Oh, the light, the guiding thread, so fine it can slip from one's grasp at any moment. But you have nothing to worry about. The Navigator's House Orcello never lose the course. I take my leave of you for the duration of the rite. I see you do not follow me. You can survive the gates of my warp by. Look at that clamping things. They're clamping. Lord Captain, I will oversee the open channel between the Lady Navigator and the bridge, and may the Emperor's light help us all. Boxcaster in St. Noras picks up serration of closed pious chanting and the metallic clinking of implants. Their green voice of Lady Navigator breaks silence, initiating communion ritual. You hear the excellent ring of metal free from its scabbard. Then the stifled gasp of Lady Navigator, the rhythmic drip of liquid on canvas, and a faint whisper of a brush. I see. The violent vortex is lashing an ocean with a million flails, an umber shadow spinning over the surface of the fiery dance, a storm rising above foaming waters, armadas drowning in fog. The path from one end to another cannot be seen. And here, beyond the wall of glass, a daughter forsaken by her father yearns for her brother. The sun's pale disk glows its tireless pursuit. No, of me, its frozen rays lie that spring is here. The light is deadened. The great ruler is gone. The Voxmaster recalls Cassandra's words and accidentally snaps one of the cognitive levers. The panel beneath her fingers emits sparks, and the Voxcaster falls silent. Quickly flips a series of switches and bows guiltily. My abject apologies for cutting off the broadcast, Lord Captain. I have never heard the warp speaking through a navigator before. Connection is restored now. It will not be happening again. Soul-shredding screams drown out the Vox transmission. Servants of Sanctum Navis are howling and shrieking like wild beasts, mourning in pain. Their throats raw from the strain, and then sudden silence. The dull thud of drawing bodies proclaims their fate. It appears the servants were part of Lady Navigator's right, as it was for her predecessor. It will arrange the bodies to be removed from the Sanctum Navis after the ritual, or what is left of them. Rogue traitor, I fear I have unfortunate news. Endless blackness is spread across the canvas, dividing what should be whole in two, and my sight cannot glimpse the light of the Emperor as clearly as before. I cannot turn around. My brush only draws me onward. The way is blocked. Here I exhale, rustling fabric and metallic clinking. By the Emperor's grace, the ritual is so successful. The vessel's temperament presented a challenge. Its cold steel grips did not allow me to breathe freely even for a second. It was as if the depths of the ship housed not only machine spirits, but something there. Now I will retreat to our chambers to recover my strength. Send for me when you need of me. Lord Captain, congratulations on acquiring a navigator. Spare me a few moments of your time, please. There are several matters that require your attention. First of all, I want to report the condition of the station, here at 5. Regrettably, we arrived too late to evacuate the residents of the station. Warp disruptions affecting Urac 5 twisted the bodies and minds of the attendants. Corruption failed to affect Lady Casta. Thank the Emperor. Navigators are trained to resist the Immaterium's pull. With your permission, I would like to remind you that we are still in need of more men and women for the crew. We have not yet located Henrik von Pillow, the right hand of the Lord Inquisitor. We can now attest that the man vanished in the shadows of the star system and was not present in Urac 5. Keep this in mind when making any future plans. As it pleases you, Lord Captain. Alright. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you did enjoy. Let me know how you're feeling about it. We will be back tomorrow, probably with Fallout, or, well, yeah, probably with Fallout. Sim. I don't know how long that game is specifically. It seems kind of weird. I've been playing a little bit of my own. Let me tell you, I'm gonna recommend the Halloween Planet. We'll talk more about it next time. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.